We're talking about engineering and history. Classical antiquity is the first of six eras in engineering. The Romans were some of the most advanced people in their time and made many cool things during this era. I'll be speaking about Roman bridges. Roman bridges were designed using the Roman arches that they were legendary for making. They built their bridges over wood frames and using the dome-like shapes, they added the keystone on top and then they removed the wooden frames. These bridges took many years to build and lots of labor. They were not easy to build, but they have stood the test of time and some are still in use today. During the medieval period, we're going to go to Europe. Life in the medieval Europe was called the Dark Ages, but despite the seemingly creationless name, the Europeans built many magnificent buildings, castles, and made many improvements in ships that enabled exploration of the rest of the world. On a different note, Scandinavian Vikings also were creating ships at this time. They created sleek and fast longships that allowed them to travel longer distances on their raiding conquests. Going back to England, the Spanish and the Portuguese were working on their own innovative ships, creating small and nimble caravel and the larger cargo hauling carack. As you can see in the pictures here, the caravel is the smaller ship with 2 sails, and the carack is the bigger ship with 4 sails. These ships revolutionized trade and discovering the rest of the world. Things really started to pick up in the scientific revolution. Newton, Galileo, and many other astronomers and early scientists were prevalent during this era. Many of the laws and formulas that engineers use today were introduced during the scientific revolution. I'm going to go a little different route on my innovation during the scientific revolution. Otto van Guericke made the first air pump and demonstrated it in 1654. Robert Hooke made a pump that Robert Boyle attached to a glass globe, and they experimented with many different things in the vacuum that was able to be made from the pump. One of these men even made a glass globe large enough that he could stand inside, and sucking all the air out, he explained symptoms of dizziness, soreness, and hysteria. Luckily enough for him, there was enough air left in there because the pump only sucked out about a quarter of the air. So he made it out of that one okay. Things really even got going faster during the first Industrial Revolution. The scientific revolution set up an industrial revolution for a period of rapid growth and development in the engineering and industrial world. The first big thing that I found interesting was the steam engine. James Watt changed the shape of the world with the creation of the efficient steam engine. There were other steam engines before, but they were very expensive to operate and not very efficient. The Watt steam engine wasn't cheap by any means, but it created reliable and efficient power apart from water. Early factories used to be built by water, and that was great if you had water nearby. But the steam engine allowed power to be wherever you could haul the steam engine. Steam engines were first used at mines and rapidly moved to just about everywhere anybody needed power. The second industrial revolution was sparked by the development of use of electricity and advancements in chemical engineering. Thomas Edison was granted the first patent for his electric lamp. He didn't invent the first electric light, but instead improved an older design that made it safe and practical. He was also known for his creation of the moving picture and the phonograph. He revolutionized the way we see the world today. Thomas Edison worked with many other famous inventors to create the first practical power grid and brought power to the cities as we know it today. Moving on in time, this is getting a lot closer to where we are. During the information era, engineers had made things a lot faster, and the industrialized world quickly adapted to new ideas and accepted new ways to live. It became evident that they needed a better way to contain, transmit, and keep track of all the information that was being discovered and used in everyday calculations. First portable computer was the Osborne 1. It was the first laptop that was really practical to move that hit the market, with a 5-inch black and white screen and an unbelievable 24-pound weight. It was a far cry from the devices that we use today. They quickly shrank in weight, and their features became more useful as they became more common. In 10 years, they were already down to clamshell laptops like the one that I'm recording on right now. I kind of put the cart before the horse on the laptop, but during the globalization era, the new world was quickly growing in complexity. The globalization era allowed for big discoveries and innovations to be sent from one place to the other without time required and the unreliability of mail. Here I've got the Investopedia definition of globalization. It's the spread of flow of financial products, goods, technology, information, and jobs across national borders and cultures. The innovation that I decided to use for the globalization area is one that I use every day. The email was designed by Ray Tomlinson. There was another guy that did it, but Ray Tomlinson is usually credited with the first email. He sent the first message between two computers using the @ symbol to show the user's system address. Email is now used in nearly every facet of life. From school to business, there is no better way to transmit lots of information faster than normal mail. And we still use the @ sign today. That's all I have for my slideshow. Thank you for watching.